Afternoon everyone, and this being Trafalgar Day, I wanted to give us something of a naval theme. So we are going to have a nice tour of HMS Belfast. London 1971, Trinidad 1962, San Francisco 1962, Dar es Salaam 1961, Singapore 59, Hue 51, Hong Kong 45, Sydney 45, Belfast 1938. So yeah, this will probably likely be a long one, so I will do it in half an hour increments because it's too long to do otherwise, and it takes forever to upload, and not everyone wants to sit and watch a recording that's several hours long. I imagine it's going to be quite a long one. Never been to this one. I was told I can take pictures and photographs, so yeah. Get a nice view of Tower Bridge in that there, and the Tower of London. Right, come to our port of call. This is brilliant, this one. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's been a day of complete and utter busts today, I must admit. The Church of St Edmund, the King and the Martyr, that was closed. The Church of St Clement, Eastcheap, that was closed. That was no surprise though, because that's always closed. I went to St James Garlic Hive after that, and that was closed. So I was like, right, we'll do the HMS Belfast. If that's closed, then I shall come home. But yeah, this is the first view you get. Let's come out the way so I don't block people's access on. Right. That was steep. Right, I'll give you the view from this end. I have no idea what the naval or shipping terminologies are, aft and all this business, so I don't know if this is the prow or the bow, the poop deck or whatever, but we are at one of the ends of the ship, and you get a lovely view of Tower of London from there. So let's take a picture of that, zoom in, snap. I love this phone. Something I discovered that fairly recently is that you can take pictures while filming videos. On holiday, Rob went to me, you do know that you can take pictures while you're videoing, didn't you? Because I said to him, yeah, and the only thing with doing what I do is that you have to go one time to film and then one time to photograph. And he went, you do know you can take pictures while you're filming, didn't you? I went, no. He went, yeah, it's this little button. So here we go. I'm going to pause you for a minute because there's Kiddie Winkles about, or I'll point you down actually. I'll visit a little bit of the history. Second World War, which is what we're about. HMS Belfast was a brand new when the war started. This ship went on to serve the Home Fleet, sail with the Arctic convoys to Russia and lead British bombardment on D-Day. It was cold, dark and dangerous work. End of an empire. 45 to 50. When the Second World War ended, HMS Belfast took on a new role in the British Pacific Fleet to rebuild Britain's power in Asia. For the ship's crew, this was a period of peace, parties and exotic shore leave. Yes, I can imagine. My granddad Mark was in the Merchant Navy and had a jolly good time from what I imagine. Cold War 50 to 66. When the Korean War began, HMS Belfast went back into action against a new enemy, communism. Belfast bombarded enemy forces almost continually for 2 grueling years. After Korea, Belfast was modernised with the latest technology to counter the Soviet threat during the Cold War. And this is a no entry point, obviously, but I'll show you a little bit in there. It's £26 to get on board, which I think for what you get to see is good money. You can do 23 quid, and that's not making a donation, but I like to do donations because that's what keeps these places going, and this is our history, isn't it? So, yes. Right. We'll start round here, shall we? Sorry. I have no idea where we're going to start, so it will just be as is. Long-term preservation of this historic warship, ship's bell. This silver bell was presented by the citizens of Belfast, Northern Ireland, on the 22nd of October 1948. The bell was handed back for safekeeping to the city of Belfast in November 1962, prior to the ship paying off into reserve. It was returned to the ship by the Lord Mayor of Belfast on the 21st of October 1977. And inside, you've got lots of names, and this was something a friend of mine told me to look out for. Oh, I saw the surname Williams then. I thought, my goodness, my granddad Mark is Mark Williams, and I thought, good lord, no, it can't be. No, he didn't serve on HMS Belfast. He would have mentioned that.
Cheers, Tim. See you, mate.
Right, sea legs. Imperial War Museum, HMS Belfast. This plaque commemorates the replanking of the quarterdeck of this ship in 1986. I'll let you read. Just pause and read. If I stand and read out every single description, we will never ever get this done. Firing the guns. Should we start at the top and work our way down? Look at these waterproof doors. We'll start at the top where the guns are. Gun turret this is going up to. Right, so if you get pointed down a minute. I have had comments on YouTube on a nice view of the floor. This is so I don't fall over, otherwise you will have no video at all. So, for anyone that wants to make any swanky comments, don't. There we are. We're going up to the gun deck. No entree. Oh, this is very interesting. Look, we should go inside here. Ooh. Oh, stinks in here. 6th of June 1944. So it's like Diesel and Tomcat we. Ooh. I would not have fared well in the Navy. I would have fallen over, tripped over and banged my head on every single surface imaginable.
Shortly before 5:30 in the morning of D-Day, the 6th of June 1944, HMS Belfast 6-inch guns opened fire on the Normandy coastline in support of the troops who would soon land on the beaches. 27 men were packed into this gun turret, aiming, loading and firing the guns. All around, hundreds of Allied warships immediately leapt into action.
It was the biggest day of my life, no doubt about it. I've never seen anything like it. There were boats everywhere, thousands of them. We went to action stations early on. Everything was closed down. The turret's gloomy inside, low lighting, but it doesn't matter. You know your place, you know your role. We knew what to do. It's crowded, but after a bit you just don't notice. Focused, you can't see all the people. You just see your team. The firing of the guns follows a slick, well-practiced routine. There are 7 men working each of the guns. We all move in sequence, like the parts of a clock, synchronised like a machine. Gun back, breech open, shelling, round home, cordite in, breech closed, gun laid, fire. Gun back, breech open, shelling, round home, cordite in, breech closed, gun laid, fire. 1 back, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 1 back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 1 back, breach up, shell in, round home, cordite in, breach closed, gun laid, fire, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, We fired for 2 hours, battering away at targets on land. Then, the men in the landing craft went ashore, British, Canadian and American. It was hard work, but I'll tell you what, I'll never forget it. Never forget it.
I bet he didn't. Right. I do hope, ladies and gentlemen, that you found that as humbling as I did. Not a nice experience at all, eh? Wow, there's so much of this. Don't know whether we can get up there or not, but yeah. So we'll go back down here. Lean on the guardrails. Might be the other way to go down, let's check.
6th of June 1944. HMS Belfast, 6-inch guns, opened fire
Yeah.
on the Normandy coast.
Quarter deck. Let's go down the right way. And these are rather wet, so I'm going to pause you for a moment. We are down from the stairs now. The quartermaster's lobby. Let's put the camera down a minute. Yeah, there's a bloke. I want to film people without their consent, but there we are. That's quartermaster's lobby. Right, let's point you this way. Health and safety. Sorry. Toilets for the public, obviously, but it's in a little interesting bit of the ship. So here we are. This goes through that way. Oh, that's going to make a nice picture. Sorry. Alright. HMS Belfast. Pause to read or rewind any of the bits you want to see. For descriptions and names. If you recognise any of your family's names, let me know. That was good. Hand sanitizer. Private meeting in progress. Well, we shan't go round there because it's cordoned off. And I've not done my tour yet, so I'm best behaviour, I don't want to get thrown off. Right. Those guns in that the gun deck. That was quite chilling, wasn't it, that? You think of these places, now it is a touristy thing, but then when you hear that, you think, it makes you view it with a damn sight more respect. Ship's clocks, they chime weird, they do. They don't chime like a normal clock. I like my clocks, as you know. This is most tempting to look, all these no entry points. Thank you for visiting. Well, I haven't finished yet. At least I hope I haven't finished yet anyways. Should be most displeased if I spent nearly no, I'm joking. It's quite good whatever this is anyway, so. Here we're going to see a gun of pretty impressive proportions. It's got this little cover on. I'll call it a gun cozy because I don't know the name. But that's where you would have loaded the shell in. Up it goes and whoosh. Probably hope very much that you strike and hit. There's another one over here. The HMS other thing isn't open to the public, I'm afraid, so.
The catapult was fitted across the middle of the hull deck and could be extended either side of the ship to a maximum length of 92 feet. The aircraft could be launched to either side of the ship according to wind direction and was sent on its way using an explosive charge which accelerated the bulky walrus up to its launch speed of 63 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour.
HMS Snellius. It's closed, but we can get a good view of it from here, so. Being very careful not to drop my phone into the Thames, which I no doubt would not get back. It goes down there, you ain't getting it back. So yeah, this is proving to be rather interesting. If you like all this kind of thing. I like all aspects of history, so some complicated mechanisms and whatnot about, and lots of things to trip over on, like that, which just nearly tripped over on. Oh, the strength of that tide, you wouldn't want to fall in there, would you? This area looks interesting. If this is closed, I'm going to be... Ah, no, it's not closed. What the fuck's that? That noise? Oh, I think it's that sign rattling around. I thought that was something on me. I was going to... I didn't see this little area, so we're going here and have a look. 19 minutes. We should get to about 30 minutes thereabouts in here, hopefully. Oh my goodness, there's so much more. Well, I'm not complaining. There's a hell of a lot to see. So I will do this in 30-minute increments, guys and girls, as I say. So we're going to go downstairs here in a minute. Oh, look. Life on board a ship would not have been comfortable. Battery repair shop. Sorry. 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 Cheers. Thank you. There's a hell of a lot to explore. I'm just going to pause you a minute, guys. There we are. Lots of there's kids around and people, so you know I don't like filming people without their consent. Equipment. Another door that leads into another room. It's all interesting stuff, this. The Walrus Hangar houses the cafe. Obviously it's full of people, so I can't film in there. That's it, basically. Film people without their consent, which is rude and vulgar. Oh! Some dirty bastards drop their guts in here. Oh, it's the food from there. Oh, it really smells like a fart. Gosh. Right, guys and girls, we are going to go down this way in a minute, so I'll give you a little view round of where we're going. No entry up that way, so how we get up there, I'm not quite sure, but we will find our way around, no doubt. Right, I think we'll go down this way first. So, oh, sorry. Damn, I hate doing that when there's kids about. Yeah, look at all these electrical gubbins and everything and whatnot. Those are nice and clean, I'll say that for them. Right, we're going to go down here now. I will get to about 30 or 35 minutes on each one because I can't go over 35 minutes and so many seconds it is, and then it mutes after a while. I don't know why. Just going to pause you a minute. That's okay. Windows further down there and everything in a minute, so home from home. Sailors lived a busy, crowded mess decks. What's this thing? Right, guys, we're gonna go this way. There is an awful lot to see. Sorry. And this is the sailmaker's shop. Oh look, there's all the sailors' knots and everything there, so it's very complicated. Hope everyone's enjoying this one. Beer turret and shell room. Slings carry the shells. Shells dropped down to the shell room. Fortunately they didn't explode. Good God, yeah, fortunately indeed. Ooh! Christ. I thought that was open then for a minute. I thought I'd lost my phone. I thought that was a flat bit of glass and it isn't. Jesus Christ, I thought I'd lost my phone then. Whew. Jesus. I'm a walking disaster area, you know. That made me sweat. Lower decks and shell rooms. We'll go there in a minute. We're going to go around this way first. Giving you guys and girls a view of all these different objects that are here I've just seen behind me. There'll be more comprehensive history included in the description when this lot all goes on. So now this is what I love, these kinds of things. I've got one of those, but those cups, it's blue. Camping. Dominoes. Aroma Prime. Powdered toothpaste, dentifrice toothpaste. Look, and this is where the hammocks would have hung. And from what I've been told by an old sailor that was in a hospital with my Uncle Len, the hammocks are really comfortable. Is this box open? Ah, brilliant, yeah. So look, this is what I like, all this kind of thing. And it's all interactive for the kids to pick up and look through and stuff. Well, not that I'm a kid, but you know, big kid. I'm short enough to be a child anyway. A lot of men with glasses. Jesus Christ, how's them for a set of glasses? Look. Like Eli from Last of the Summer Wine. But he weren't in charge of firing guns. That man made the sandwiches, I bet.
Engine room tam był.
Chyba to wszystko? Tak ja nie idę, miała stopeczkę, muszę wystarczyć już.
That's where we'll be going in a minute, into the engine room. Sorry, thank you. Right, there we are. Well, this is what Rob told me about, Rob from Barking, from St Margaret's. When you cross the equator, you get one of these. These interactive experiences are brilliant. I'm sweating. I like things like that. tells the story of someone, doesn't it? Yeah, it's quieter in this one. Should get us to about 35 minutes here.
First watch, 2000. Wind direction, northeast, force 9. Weather and visibility, poor. Sea and swell, 20. Temperature, -4 degrees Fahrenheit, -20 degrees Celsius.
Right, better get some shite before we go and watch in a few hours. Sling yourself up on that hammock.
What? Up there?
Don't you worry, we've snug as tops in there. That swings with the ship, so it's like being brought to sleep. Lovely.
That is what I absolutely love about these places. The interactive experiences where
Watch, 0400.
you get the voices and everything. Obviously, it's actors, but
Force 12.
it puts you into
Weather and visibility, very poor. Sea and
the
swell,
shoes of these men
22.
that would have fought on this ship and lived on the ship.
Because
This was their home as well.
Time to get up, buddy.
Emergency exit.
400. Time for watch. Grab that sweater. And that oilskin too. You're gonna need it. One it's freezing.
Oh, we've got your thermos on. Don't forget your gloves as well. Don't want your hands sticking to the rails.
There is so much to this place.
Nightingale out there, the waves across
So much to it.
Forenoon watch, 0800. Wind direction, northwest, force 9.
This is going to be fun getting through here.
Poor. Sea and swell, 20.
This man come out. I'll film these bits quickly and then I'll start a part 2 because we're coming up to our 34 minutes.
Breakfast time!
Right, what have we got today?
Kippers!
Make sure you keep some back for Wilson.
Was he not back yet? He's been there for ages.
You're not to touch anything until we set some aside for those on watch. Share and share alike, that's what I always say. Go on, pop it by that hot pipe, and it'll be warm when he comes back.
Oh, how kind.
Afternoon watch,
My granddad's funny enough, Mark.
wind direction.
When I asked him about his time in the Navy, he said, "Did they?" I said, "Like, did you enjoy it?" He went, "Yeah." He went, "We were friends as well as servicemen and whatnot." He said, "We looked out for each other." He was an only child, my grandfather. Unfortunately, his mother got what was at the time known as milk fever, which is postnatal depression, and had to be put into a mental institution and spent from 1932 until 1956 when she died in there.
Comes down to the galley. Thompson's got a good
My
ship.
granddad was an only child.
A steam pipe and some raw chocolate.
Shit, brick. This is not for the disabled, this one, I must say. Right. I'll tell this man's story and then I'm going to stop this one and carry on with part 2.
Winter jackets. Arctic seas drop to -34 degrees Celsius, which is colder than your freezer at home.
Join me again for part 2, guys and girls.
Even have to throw the